Good morning, tiny friends, and welcome to Tiny Keyhole Minis. I'm Jolene, and today I am creating another item for the haul tree. So I have some brown craft paper here that I have prepared with black acrylic paint and Mod Podge mixture together, and this creates a leathery type, vinyl type of texture or feeling. This piece here is a little bit thicker than the normal brown craft paper that I use. The two smaller pieces are the thinner type, but I'm not really sure where I got this from. I believe it came from a roll of wrapping paper. So to begin with, I am going to fold over the sides here and glue them down and create some sort of like seam. And what I am making today, tiny friends, is an old lady pocketbook. So this is actually the first time I've ever made something like this, and I am just going from what I see in my head and a few basic tips for the construction of this structure here. And I've also taken a few tips from Julie Warren, who makes amazing little miniatures. So if you've never been to her channel, go on over and see some of the bags and luggage and miniatures that she makes, because her tutorials are super easy and really fun. So definitely check out what she does. So now that I've folded over the first side, I am going to trim down the second side here before I actually fold that over and glue that into place. And I am using my paper Era here. You can see her little foot showing at the top of the screen. I'm going to use her to get an accurate size for this little pocketbook here. Now the next step to this will be creating the bottom base. So I'm going to take some chipboard, and I've got 3 pieces here, and I'm going to glue them together and layer them on top of each other, and that's going to create the bottom part of this pocketbook here. And the kind of pocketbook that I'm going for today, tiny friends, is one of those vintage hard style pocketbooks that you can actually hear them close when they clasp together or snap together. And I'm trying to go for that triangular shape or something close to that, and you'll get a better idea of what it's going to look like here in a bit. So I'm just going to weigh this down a little bit, and once this dries, I have cut both. I have made 2 cuts in both of the sides here where I'm able to actually fold that flap up and glue it right onto that chipboard base there. Now this piece here, tiny friends, measures 1 inch in length by 3/4 of an inch in width. And these are accurate measurements. They're not approximately or about like my usual measurements are. But I will be cutting down that length a little bit more in a little bit here. But in the end, the width of this little pocketbook will remain 3/4 of an inch. So I'm just folding it up and trying to figure out where I need to cut it down. So I have made that measurement mark, and what I'm going to do before I actually trim it down is create the flap that's going to be folding over the front piece. So I'm just going to trace out a triangular shape here for the flap, and then I'll be able to fold that flap completely over before I actually start trimming down what the size of this little pocketbook is actually going to turn out to be. So now that I've got that little shape in place, I'm going to take my ruler here and just give it a nice fold. And this is like really thick craft paper here. It's almost kind of like chipboard. but a little more flexible. And once you start folding it over on itself, it becomes thicker. So the ruler is definitely a good tool to use to get these folds nice and tight and get good creases here. So I've measured it down, and the length is being trimmed down to 1/2 of an inch. So the end result measurements will turn out to be 1/2 of an inch in length by 3/4 of an inch in width for this little pocketbook here. And I'm going to give you a better idea of what it's going to turn out to be here after I trim off these excess pieces to the flap here. So I'm just creating the little triangular shape flap here, and I will fold it over so that you can have a better idea of what I'm seeing in my head. So there it is, and I hope that helps a little bit more so you can see where I'm going with this. Okay, so I've got my basic structure down, and I'm going to work on the sides now. So this is where I'm going to be using that thinner brown craft paper, and I've prepared it the same way with the black acrylic and Mod Podge mixture. And I need the sides to be a little more flexible and thinner so that I can fold them in to create those folded sides that these pocketbooks normally have. And I'm going to begin with folding down the bottom flap. Now, this flap here that I'm folding down will be glued to that bottom portion of the pocketbook, the chipboard piece there. So it's going to be glued down and standing straight up like this. And then what I'm going to do is kind of fold it in and out like a fan or an accordion shape. So I'm just measuring how much I need to fold for the side flaps that will be glued onto the front and back panels of the pocketbook, and then the inside fold will actually be folding inward towards the inside of the pocketbook there. And I know you can't really see it much here because it's like stark black, but you can get an idea that it kind of looks like a little fan or a little accordion here. And this was a little bit confusing because I was actually trying to figure this out as I was going, but I'm going to try to explain it the best I can. I've folded the bottom part down, and this is going to be what's glued down to the bottom of the pocketbook onto that chipboard there. And I really don't have any accurate measurements for this. I just eyeballed it according to the size of my bottom base. So I've trimmed off the corner pieces, as you can see, just to remove that bulk, because I'm not going to need those when I glue this down and fold them into place. Now these the middle section of these pieces actually measures roughly about 1/4 of an inch. I guess you would go with whatever size your bottom base is, but the overall piece is much bigger than that. It's because I'm going to need those excess panels to actually glue it into place. So I'm going to begin with gluing the bottom part into place on top of that chipboard, and I'm lining that folded crease that I made right up with the edge of that chipboard piece. So I'm going to try to explain this the best I can without confusing you very much, because I was confused myself because I was learning as I was trying to figure this out. But I'm going to do both sides together before I actually glue the pocketbook front and back panels to these mid sections here. And I'm going to call the pocketbook pieces panels, the front and the back panel, and then these are the side sections, so you don't get too confused. I'm going to try to explain this as best as I can. So now that I've got my bottom parts glued down and lined up right up to the edge there, I'm going to begin with working with one panel at a time. So I'm going to work with the front panel, and I'm going to glue these side flaps right onto that front panel, and I want them to stand straight up in a 90-degree angle. So I'm just pushing them up into place here and holding it for a few seconds, and once I get them both glued into place, you'll see exactly what it looks like, and it'll be less confusing. But this actually just took a little time and patience to get them lined up into place where I needed them to be. So I'm really sorry if it doesn't make any sense, but you'll see it in a bit here, and it'll make more sense. At least what I'm trying to explain will. So once I get them in place, I'm just making sure that they're both straight into a 90-degree angle, as you can see here. And once these two pieces dry, I can go ahead and trim them down before I actually glue the back panel of the pocketbook into place. It kind of looks like a little one of those accordion style files that you see. So once I get these back panels glued down, I go ahead and work on the handle. Now I do have a piece laying here that you see for the handle, but I do not end up using that. It was just a little bit too thick and bulky, so I end up switching that out and using something else for the handle, which I'll show you here in a bit. So I'm just going to use my tweezers to kind of flatten it down and let that glue take hold here before moving on to the handle. I'm making sure that I do the same thing I did with the bottom flap. I'm lining the folded creases right up to the edges of those front and back panels. And here I'm going to show you some pieces that I'm going to use for some detailing on this pocketbook here. I've got these little tiny clasp pieces, and I have a bunch of these I found, and I love using them for hinges and clasps and little details on my little pieces here that I make. I'm going to use these straight pieces for some detailing right along the edges of that triangular flap, and then I'm going to use the midsection. I'm going to cut that in half and use that for the clip or the clasp part of the pocketbook. And I'm just cutting them down. They're super thin metal. I'm just preparing them before I actually move on to the handle. So I'm not going to be gluing them at this point because they'll be the last final details. So for the handle, I have taken some black hemp cord and I dipped it in my watered down glue solution and let it dry, and it made it a bit stiffer. It was already pretty stiff, but it made it a bit stiffer so that I can keep it into shape. And I'm just going to take some glue and I'm going on to the inside of that folded side piece, and I'm going right along the back panel where that folded side piece is actually glued onto the back panel, and that's where I'm going to glue the handle into place. So a little bit of tacky glue, or a lot of bit of tacky glue here, probably more than what I need, and I'm just going to insert this piece right into place, push it down a little bit so that I can get the length I need. And there it is. There's my handle. I'm just going to take my toothpick here and actually press those two pieces right into the glue so that I can get them nice and tight and glued up along the side folded flaps there. So not too bad, easy peasy. So now I'm just going to push down my creases and folds a little bit tighter, And I am going to glue down this front flap right onto the front panel here. So I'm going to cover it completely with some tacky glue and then just bend it right over and glue it into place, and try not to crush it, because this craft paper is really thick and stiff, so it does take a little pressure to take hold and glue down. But I'm just going to hold it down for a little bit while it takes place. And now I can go ahead and glue those details onto that front flap there. Now I'm going to use my Aleene's jewelry and metal glue to actually add these metal pieces onto it. So this is what it looks like. And before I do anything else to the bottom, I need to touch up those folded parts, or the parts that I have clipped off in the beginning. So I'm just going to take that same mixture of black acrylic and Mod Podge and do any touch-ups along the whole pocketbook, around the creases and the sides. And then I'm going to go in and add one last detail to this. So you know those little brass feet that sit on the bottom of these pocketbooks? I'm going to add some of those. I'm just going to take some nail art. I have these discs that have all these little gems and stones in them and stuff. And I'm just going to use these micro gold beads here and just place them down for the little feet. I don't even know what they're called, but they're like those little brass feet that are on the bottom. And I'm just going to add some of those. And these are super micro and a little finicky to work with. But I'm using my Aleene's jewelry and metal glue for this. And just putting 4 little beads down to emulate those little brass feet that are on these tiny pocketbooks. And this is what it looks like. But before I can call this complete, tiny friends, I'm going to add one last thing that the granny needs, and that's a little hanky. So you know they always like to carry these little handkerchiefs with them and take them on the go. So I did give it a coating of gloss Mod Podge, and I do have a little glue on the handle there that I did end up removing, so that doesn't remain there. And now the granny has her little pocketbook that will be sitting on the hall tree. I hope you all enjoy this video today, and if you have, please give it a thumbs up, click that like button, let me know so in the comments below what you think about this cute little vintage pocketbook. And I want to thank everybody for subscribing. If you do subscribe, please don't forget to hit that top bell notification button to be notified every time I upload a new video. Thank you all for being here. I hope you enjoyed it. And when I come back, I'll be creating the last piece for the hall tree, but it will not be the last piece that I actually add to the hall tree. So that is coming up very soon. I'm not going to leave you hanging for a long time on that. So come back and see what it is, and then see all the details I've created for this hall tree and how it looks in its final place. So until then, tiny friends, have a lovely day. Bye.